First of all, Tom Brady. How did he look to you?
The man looked good. He always looks good. Because he looked poised. He's throwing the ball fantastically as always. He just looked like, okay, you know, I've been a lifelong fan of Tom Brady, and usually it takes him a while to get in mid-season form, but they already couldn't stop him.
Well, you noticed the first possession they actually didn't score. They actually went 3 and out, I think. I was like concerned, and then it still ended up being like an absolute shootout. Did you actually watch any of the highlights, or did you literally not see anything visually of it?
Oh, no, I saw some of the game. I was watching.
Oh, okay, gotcha. When he had to throw a deep ball, did he look like he was struggling? Did any of it look unnatural?
No, that's what I'm saying. He looked good. Like, you saw the deep ball that was dropped. A lot of those. But that one deep ball to Godwin was flawless.
Yeah.
Like, and it didn't look hard. And, you know, he got the knee surgery, so I think that probably is contributing to his ease of throw. Mm-hmm. And then, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he also throw a Hail Mary earlier in the game for, like, a ridiculous amount of yards?
Yeah, it looked like it was at least 50 yards in the air.
50 yards.
Interesting thing about the Hail Mary, by the way, you know Tom Brady doesn't care about stats anymore.
I love it. I mean, you got all the stats. Why care about the stats?
Because it's really all about winning the championship at this point. Because I remember, like, I was watching it with Matt and Jakob, and we're talking about who they're going to start on their fantasy team. And I was giving them what I thought was a very rational explanation as to why they should start Tom Brady. I'm like, he has 3 number 1 receivers. He has one tight end that's very good, another tight end that's Hall of Fame. The Cowboys' defense was terrible last year. Their run defense was the worst last year. So they're going to be focused on stopping the run. So their pass defense is probably going to be like, you know, bad. So Brady's going to throw a party. And if Brady hit like 300 yards, you know, he probably got close.
Oh, he definitely did.
Yeah.
He could have easily had 400.
Yeah.
But they were just what I saw in the second half, pretty much. Like 4 or 5, maybe 6, like, drops.
Yeah.
So if Godwin, like I said, that one catch, if Godwin would have caught that alone, he would have already been at about 400.
There were definitely some nerves involved because people were definitely dropping passes that they shouldn't have. But still overall, like, I don't know if you heard throughout the week, I don't know if you were listening to any sports shows or anything, but the way people were talking about the game, they were like, the Cowboys are about to get absolutely smashed.
I never bought that. The more that they said that, the less comfortable
He's like, do you think
felt.
the Cowboys don't hear that? Like, you think they're not going to try?
You're disrespecting them at this point.
Well, I forgot all the way up until the game started when they started calling the penalties and I was watching the commercials. I was like, I forgot how slow the game can be sometimes. People aren't running up and down the field like it's a video game. And, like, there's momentum, there's nerves. These are human beings. Every game starts out 0-0. To act like a team is going to get absolutely destroyed when these are all professionals. They're all getting paid millions of dollars. They all have their own fan bases, their own brands. It's so insulting to come out every day and be like, these guys have no shot. Like, these guys are going to get absolutely destroyed. Like, they aren't professional athletes. Like, they're not capable at all.
Like, they don't know what the Bucs can do. We just saw what happened last year.
Yeah. And the Cowboys, they just had this series on HBO, Hard Knocks, where they've had cameras following them around every day, every week. You really think they're going to come out here and embarrass themselves?
Exactly.
Like,
that's a good point.
Like, with all this pressure on them, everybody knows what's going on. Even if they're nervous, even if they're not fully, like, I mean, they're definitely prepared. Psychologically, you think they're not going to give their best effort on a solo stage opening night that everyone's watching? Like, you know they're going to go hard. Like,
yeah,
so.
and we know that the game is mostly mental. When everybody is extremely skilled and talented, the game's going to come down to the mental. So you know they're going to be at their peak mental fitness. In this game, they don't want to get embarrassed. They want to put a good showing. Like the NFL, the skill is marginable. You know, they're not. So definitely.
Any given Sunday.
Given Sunday. Definitely on a Thursday opening night. So...
Yeah.
Opening night, I'm not about to get embarrassed.
As a sports betting guy, every time I saw the spread go up, I was like, this is getting a little out of hand. And it's kind of hard to imagine that the Cowboys aren't aware of the fact that, like, you wake up one day and the spread's like 7, and then you wake up the next day it's like 9.5, and you're like, did we get worse? We're just sitting here.
No, I would take that as offense that people are literally willing to bet money.
People are putting money on the fact that you suck. Like that.
Not today.
Yeah, I would have been like, look, I don't know what Dak's about to do. I don't know what the O-line or the running back's about to do. I'm not getting beat.
Not even that, though. Like, trash at your job. This is my profession.
Yeah.
I would be insulted.
You know what's funny? I forget about that all the time. Like, we're watching it like, oh, it's just a game. This is literally, like, they're clocking in. Like, you really think they're just going to put in a poor shift. Like, yeah, it's so much deeper than that. Did you see any Dak Prescott highlights?
I didn't, actually. I didn't see any of
But
his
you know
highlights.
he threw for 400 yards.
I do, but...
Doesn't mean anything to you.
Not that it doesn't mean anything. He wasn't throwing a lot of deep balls. I mean, okay, this is what I'm going to say. He was good. I mean, he did his job.
400 yards, good.
He moved the offense.
Yeah.
But I guess there's levels to it. He did well, but at the same time, he didn't do anything that was shocking to me. I was more just shocked with the defense of the Bucs than I was him. I know he's a good player. So he did what he's supposed to do, but he didn't throw any like ridiculous balls, any deep balls, anything like that.
You know how people talk about throwing people open? I didn't really. Well, there was this one play in particular I saw where it did seem. Actually, no, never mind. That was Tom Brady. Just kidding. I saw this one play where Tom Brady threw it like right, like
yes, he does all the time
beneath the safety.
Yes,
beneath the safety, but above the linebacker, right where the receiver was. I was like, oh, Tom Brady threw that open. Most human beings would see that and be like, that's covered. Tom was like, nah. Did you, how much are you familiar with the game-winning drive? You know what happened at the
I was watching. Yes, I saw it.
I feel terrible about it because I watched like 90% of the game, and then the best part of the game I didn't see. So what did you see from the game-winning drive? What impressed you about it?
Well, you know.
What didn't impress me?
Well, no. You know, I'm privileged being a diehard Brady fan my entire life. I wasn't impressed. I was just
you had no doubt in your mind that he wasn't going to get down the field.
This man has more fourth quarter comebacks than literally any player.
Yeah.
So
everyone combined.
I was nervous, but I was more confident. I was very confident.
Did you actually think for a moment like they're going to lose? Or were you like Brady's going to do it? Where were you leaning more towards?
I really believed that he was going to do it. Yeah. Especially once I calmed myself down, because for a second I was like, why are we still losing?
Losing with under a minute left to the Cowboys opening night.
But then I realized, like, they haven't stopped us all night. Right. And they only need a field goal. Brady...
Yeah, true. Brady will get you.
He'll get
in field goal range.
He does this.
There's a lot more pressure when you have to get 6 or especially if you have to get 7, but just getting in field goal range, I feel like Tom's done that so many times. It's probably just like another drive to him.
Listen, in all honesty, like I said, like I think the Dallas Cowboys, they played better than I expected, but funnily enough, I still wasn't surprised that the Bucs were in control of the game the entire time. When you think about what we haven't talked about is the turnovers. Without the turnovers, Bucs easily
Did you see? Bruh, okay, the people don't give Tom enough credit. Like, I hate to bring up LeBron.
Do it.
But he can pout. He will sit at the end of the bench. He'll go to the locker room early. Bro, when that dude, to be fair, the pass was high. When he threw that pass a little bit high, it was a screen pass. It was behind the line. When the first interception, did you see the highlight where he got intercepted?
Actually, I have not seen it.
Okay, so he got picked off, and it just simply wasn't his fault.
Yeah, I definitely understood that from what I heard.
Yeah, it just wasn't his fault. The drive before that, the other running back fumbled.
Yes.
The first play of that drive, the running back fumbled. So
what are we doing?
Matt and Yakima and I were laughing because I was like, imagine Tom Brady after the Cowboys went on this long drive. The first play back, he doesn't even get to throw it.
He already gave it
and
back.
And they drop it, and the Cowboys immediately score. It's the first play of the drive, so they're already in the red zone after the turnover. So we were just like, bro, Tom Brady's got to be fuming. He didn't even get a chance to throw it. And then the next drive, the very next drive, the other running back.
Need a whole different
yes, the pass is a little high, but there's no pressure on the receiver to make the catch. Goes straight through his hands, right into the chest of a defender. Now, like, I'm not even playing. And I'm like mad.
Right, so you know.
Imagine how Tom Brady actually feels out there for real. Like, I would be so angry. And for him to just deal with that.
All right. Well, that's the thing. Fortunately, like I said, the Buccaneers are the better team. Mm-hmm. So I think it's like, even though they try to be professional, even Brady knows, like, okay, this ain't the Chiefs. So, like, even though we're messing up, we can get it together. Like, I know they can't stop me. If y'all just stop giving the ball away, then eventually we're gonna do it. But you know how Brady is, and he's been talking in the preseason about how they even in practice they've been having issues with turnovers. So
right.
You don't want to. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they've been having issues. He's just more of the same. But that's to be expected. That's the thing. I was never super confident in the score. I just had a feeling that the Bucs would win. But as far as like the beginning of the season, they're not in Super Bowl form. That's the best chance to beat them.
Yeah,
week 1.
Yeah, but the way people were talking about the Buccaneers, it's like obviously they're the champions, and you know players on their team are going to say, "Oh yeah, we're even better than we were last year."
But you're really not.
But like they're not playing all these preseason games. Nothing is going to get you in game shape like actually being in a game.
Exactly.
So you still don't really know how it's going to be until you actually get out there. But like you said, they weren't doing a great job of really stopping them. They weren't really.
They were stopping. Bucs could easily drop 40 something.
If you get up to like over 30 points with all those turnovers, come on now, it could have been a different game. So
that's all I'm saying. And like I said, just to reiterate, Dak Prescott, he did well, but the Cowboys capitalized off the turnovers, but he
also
wasn't making any.
You need a running game. I think that's what this game proves. For Ezekiel Elliott not to really get involved, for them to just rely on Dak the whole time, it's like you need that balance. You can dink and Dak. You can get your yards. At the end of the day, it's about W's and L's. And yeah, you might convince people that you deserve that contract. But at the end of the day, you're losing. You're a loser. You lost.
Yeah.
So.
And you actually just brought up a great point because, again, Dak didn't play bad. But to your point, they were throwing it. But why do you think that they didn't convert their red zone chances? Because you're one-dimensional. So in the red zone, if we know all you can do is pass, you're not going to.
It's like you're great and we believe in you and you earn the money. But at the same time, it's like we're out here trying to win. For people that picked you in fantasy, they're having a ball.
Oh, yeah.
But Cowboys fans are like, so close.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be so frustrating. So, the last thing I want to ask you about is knowing the result of the game, seeing how it turned out, seeing how the Bucs performed. How do you feel about their season going forward? I'm assuming you're not like, obviously you're a huge Tom Brady fan. You want them to win. But based on that game, what do you see them doing for the season?
Well, I'm actually very optimistic. I mean, you know what they always say, like the knock on wood, just health and whatever. But if everybody stays healthy, I feel like they're at a really good place to only improve. I'm really impressed, honestly, about the offense. Again, they scored 30-something, but the offense played well enough to drop 40.
Right.
And Brady, it's not just about, what you see as far as the actual numbers, but I was just like I said, I've been watching him like my whole
body language.
He looked good.
Right.
He looked confident. He was striking the throws. He looked in command of the offense. That's what you can expect in the second year. The offense, I'm not worried about.
Oh, and one thing that we didn't mention, and I don't want us to leave without mentioning, Antonio Brown.
Oh, don't forget. Quietly killing.
Went for over 100 yards.
And just sound done with y'all.
It is the steal of a century.
Man.
He could be a number one receiver on most NFL teams. And he's literally the third string receiver. And you didn't get to watch the full game. Damon, in the first half, he was absolutely obliterating the third string corner. The third string corner is not supposed to be on Antonio Brown. He shouldn't have to guard
Antonio Brown.
And I was just, every single time he made a catch, we'd watch the replay, and I'd be like, he's killing that man. Get him out of the game, but you can't because he's the third. They're just too loaded. Like, it's actually not fair. So I just think, knowing that, it's like, how could you not... How could you not expect the offense to be great when their third, fourth, and fifth option are still great? We're not even talking about Scotty Miller. I don't even know if he saw the field.
Right.
And he had probably the most impactful play in the NFC Championship last year. He didn't even see the field last night. So it's just it's really just a matter of the defense. Again, I was able to see this because I was watching the whole game. Mm-hmm. When Dak would try to scramble, when he tried to get away, I've never seen linebackers faster than the ones that play for the Buccaneers. Like, it's no joke. They're hunting him down. I don't know what things were like for anybody in college. I don't know how much you ran in college, but the Bucs are not playing that game. Like, you were not going anywhere. So between the speed in their front and their skill on offense and the leadership of Tom Brady, I'm not going to come out here and say that Tom Brady is going to win the Super Bowl guaranteed. But I will say I will be surprised if they are not in the NFC Championship again. Like, the NFC is just not. I just don't see anybody.
If they're healthy, why would they lose? I mean, you can't forget about Green Bay though.
Green Bay is very good, but based on the complications of the offseason, I don't see them being a super huge threat. With Seattle, everybody knows Russell is great, but I feel like we're always talking about him. DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett are awesome, but their running game is sus, and their defense hasn't been the same since the Legion of Boom. Drew Brees is gone for the Saints. The Rams are good, but like Matthew Stafford, it's his first year being quarterback there. I mean, I'm not saying that the Bucs are a lock to come out of the NFC, but I think they're a lock to make it to the NFC Championship because they're almost certainly going to win their division. I don't know if you know this off the dome. In their division, it's the Saints, the Panthers, and the Falcons. Odds are they're winning the division.
Oh, wow. You put it like that.
So if they win one playoff game, they're in the NFC Championship.
Sounds reminiscent to
exactly.
Patriot days.
I know.
Golden ticket.
Like Tom Brady, man. He knows exactly what he's doing.
He knew Breeze wasn't going to be there.
He knew exactly what he was doing. Outside of that, any final thoughts on the Bucs, the Cowboys, that game, your predictions for the season? Anything else you want to say about them?
Only thing I want to say about it is, I was talking to someone earlier today about the game. It's one of those things where, if you're a fan of that team, the call was. I'm talking about the end of the game where they had the interference no call. Mm-hmm. I was just curious what you thought about that. Did you think it was a call or did you think it was interference or no? Because I was talking to someone earlier today. I don't think it was interference. I think it was a good no call, but I'm a Buccaneers fan now.
I think an honest, serious, objective person would say that no game is truly decided by one play. I don't think that Chris Godwin is so strong that corner could not have stayed up. I believe that when it comes to that pass interference play, yes, he might have pushed off. You remember Jordan's last shot? Did he push off? Are we talking about it? Does it really matter? There was a whole game.
All right.
You know what I mean? It's like, should we really even dwell on it? I mean, it's fun to talk about for the sake of conversation, but in the grand scheme of things, this is what the weight room's for. This is why we practice. There's going to be hand fighting, make the play, be better. Have you tried just being better? That's what I would tell the corner. Answer me this. Do you think in the film room for the Cowboys, do you think they're going to chalk that up to a no call or a bad call by the ref, or do you think they're going to coach him? What do you think? Do you think they're going to coach the corner? Or do you think they're going to say, oh, the ref cheated us?
That's a good point. Where is it a gain by just saying that the ref cheated? He could have been,
these things happen.
Yeah.
So my answer to that is, my honest answer is don't cry. Who cares? Just be better. But realistically speaking, it's just stay up. Don't go down. Play till the whistle. Don't hope for the call.
I was just curious what your first gut reaction was because my thought is that he was beat, and once he realized he was beat, he was like, well, I might as well go down and try to get the call.
He fell. Play on, dog. Just play on. That's my thoughts. I have no idea when this session is going to be released, but I hope you all enjoyed it. This has been Derapy Football Edition. Love you. Mean it. See you in a couple days. Thank you so much for listening to this session of Derapy made possible by Anchor. We are now available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. New sessions every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Intro beat is by Cosmic. Outro beat is by
Ricey K.
This guy isn't even really a rapper. I really hope he doesn't start. Coming for the throne, King Joffrey. Yeah, they mad, but they won't stop me. Whoa, I've been going hard like Ronnie, but I'm not here to tear the house up. No, but no, I've been through it. No, I didn't lose it. I just been grinding off the mic, on my own. Just been in the booth like Superman before a fight. Now I got the juices, tasting right. No, I spit the truth, I keep it tight. How hard is he working? Hard enough to make Gordon Ramsay cry.
Unbelievable. One simple request, and you make a big fucking song and dance about it.
I am the chosen, I am not going. I got plenty that I plan to do. This boy is clutch, he ain't choking. Success, it's not random, dude. Better catch the flight with us, because it is leaving soon. Afghan vibes, once we leave you dead as season 2. It's season 3.
R.I.P. Killed the beat, and it's easy. Somebody check on Breezy. Everything better when it's cheesy, except like cereal.